Hey YouTube, and welcome back to my channel. First, let me just give a special welcome back to Spider-Man. He was on the brink of no longer being a part of the MCU, and now, not only is he back for his final solo film, but we're also getting an extra MCU appearance at that. One of the reasons that made me most upset about him not being in the MCU anymore was that the ending of Spider-Man Far From Home made it painfully ironic that it has one of the most on-edge cliffhangers. Think back at the ending of that movie and then think about not seeing any more Spider-Man afterwards. That genuinely annoys me, but in the end, I'm glad Sony and Disney could come to a solution with it all. Before I get into the nature of this video, first I must dive into what exactly is the best way for Spider-Man to be reintroduced after Far From Home's ending. Spoiler alerts ahead, of course, for those who somehow haven't seen the movie yet. So as we know, Spider-Man's identity was publicly revealed by Mysterio's team. In this instance, Spider-Man is being framed for Mysterio's murder, when in reality, he was stopping a madman that actually got himself killed. This happened in the comics. Spider-Man was framed for murder through using one of his own gadgets. He was quote-unquote provoked into attacking the antagonist on tape. From there, he was unable to be out in the open. Otherwise, patrols and even normal civilians would try to shoot him. In response to this, he adopted 4 other costumes with different crime-fighting personas in order to stay under the radar. With his reasons for this being that the emergence of one new superhero with spider-like powers immediately after Spider-Man's disappearance would be too suspicious. Not to mention that the appearance of a few different superheroes would allow for him to fall back on options if any one of those identities were exposed. He had 2 identities play as heroes. These were Hornet and Prodigy. Prodigy was used to produce fake evidence suggesting that a fake Spider-Man was the one to commit the murder. Unfortunately, Hornet was exposed during a battle with the Vulture. The other identities pretended to be villains. This allowed for Peter to get a glimpse of the criminal underworld there was at the time. One of these villains were named Dusk. He provided fake evidence. He provided real evidence that Spider-Man hadn't killed the criminal through befriending the villain that helped frame him. Let's take this and envision it within the MCU. Imagine if this technique is used to get eyes and ears on Mysterio's team, leading to a solved mystery that provides evidence to the world that Spider-Man was in fact framed. Which brings me to the 4th identity, the Ricochet identity, which was used to discover further information about a new foe that emerged around the time of him being framed. In this case, the new centralized enemy would be Mysterio's team. What I'm saying is, Spider-Man's next suit in the MCU might not even be Spider-Man. It could be a fresh identity that leads to the solution of his murder charges. Dusk doesn't exactly have a look in the comics. He was a dark figure and only had an actual look in a video game. Even then, an all-black suit wouldn't fit so well after we were given Night Monkey. Who knows? Maybe Night Monkey will be the MCU's version of Dusk. Even Bombastic Bagman returned for the story arc, although very briefly. Maybe we'll get an Easter egg of that if Fantastic Four is in the MCU by that point in time. My personal pick for Spidey's next suit in the MCU is Ricochet. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. See you guys all again next time. Goodbye.